We back? We should be back. I think we're back. My thing is red. I'm not dropping any frames anymore. Let's see if we can continue the match now. Connection should be a lot better. Oh! Just as we restart, the lasagna claw is locked in. Is Gordon going to tap? Oh!
Oh!
Gordon grabbing the rope.
Awareness from the Scottish veteran.
That lasagna claw has taken out many an opponent, but Gordon.
He got a lucky rope break there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is this also the lasagna claw just to the back of the head, or is it just a simple joke? Oh, some taunting from Garfield.
He wants something. Oh, goes for the double axe handle, but it does not land, unfortunately. Gordon once again going for the hammerlock. The hammerlock DDT.
Gordon going for the idiot sandwich right there.
The idiot sandwich locked in. Just a 2 count.
But it was a close 2. It was a close
very
2
close 2.
See, that's the thing about Eldritch Horrors, right? Like, they can still be defeated if you drop them on their head.
Yeah, a lot of things do not respond to being dropped on their head.
There.
Yeah, the pouncing Thez press there, taking Gordon down to his feet. Oh, and a springboard drop kick to the head. I think he's making Garfield bleed. I don't think we've ever seen Garfield bleed before. Oh, and almost like a boss man slam there.
I think he had. I think we're seeing a new vicious side to Gordon here. I think he's serious. I think he knows that this is like maybe the last chance he has in his career to be put into title contention.
Maybe.
But will it be enough?
Oh, quick DDT. Seems to have shaken something up in Gordon. He's getting back to his feet, but he's like you said, I think he may be on his last legs, and I think he knows. Oh, the lasagna claw once again, but still very close to that corner. Oh, that arm, I think that arm fell just underneath the rope.
But you can see he's definitely wobbling there. I think all that damage is really adding up. Has he done enough to put Garfield away? I don't know.
There's one way to find out. Oh, go. Oh, hanging DDT, dropping Garfield on his head. I think he's found the secret to Garfield's weakness, and it's dropping him on his head.
Ooh, that is probably the closest pin that we have gotten.
Yeah, there's a 2.9 there, and Gordon is not happy about that at all. Oh, quick roll up.
Going for a quick roll up or
doesn't
not.
Go for the roll up, goes for a one-arm powerbomb instead.
But he's too close. But Garfield's too close to the rope to come into the pin. Oh, but never mind.
Can't make the pin. He's going for something. What's he got in the chamber? Ooh, goes for another one of those drop kicks, but Garfield had his number that time. Goes to the throat chop, but a little bit too far away.
I see. We've really. I know, like we wanted Gordon to go back to the basics here. He really has with those elbows and forearms.
He has.
Swipe from Garfield.
Quick swipe does not hit its target. Oh, goes for the big, going for an electric chair drop maybe. Garfield trying to fight out of it. Manages to slip out the back door. And then just striking the back once again, returning to that old back. I'm sorry, John, once again.
1,
2.
Ooh,
still just a 2 count.
I am surprised Gordon Ramsay is still holding on.
Me too, I gotta say. Lasagna claw again this time, center of the ring. No ropes to break this time.
Garfield's maybe learned from his lesson.
Gordon seems out cold.
Still hanging on.
Still hanging on.
I think it really is his desire to win. He can't let this last opportunity get past him.
Ooh,
desperation moonsault off the ropes. Wow.
Desperation line salt to the back of Garfield. And again, gets the arm. Just wrenching back at that arm. Garfield again trying to beat his way out of it. Manages to get Gordon to let go. Raises him up.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, Gordon once again managing to slip out of it into that big arm drag. Oh, the claw once again. The lasagna claw just shoving lasagna deep into the mouth of Ramsey. Gets the pin. And
This time the rope will not save him.
Yeah, the rope, and the thing is, the ropes were within grasping reach that time, but unfortunately could not make it.
I think Gordon, you can see Gordon maybe cut Garfield open the hard way there. And I think he really just did leave everything in the ring.
Mm-hmm. I think Gordon, I mean, look at him. He's
look at him. He's despondent.
Clearly ashamed of his, clearly ashamed of not being able to cut it this time.
He's lucky. He's lucky he can leave the ring walking, to be honest. You know, I've seen... There's some matches where you watch and you're like, wow, you really have shortened your lifespan by about 2-3 years there, and this is one of those matches.
Oh yeah, like this is what we said Gordon was like reaching the tail end of his career, and I think he may have like cut a couple of years off it with that match. I mean, you say he was lucky to be able to leave on his feet. I think it took him a little while to manage to get to his feet again. 4 stars from Dave Meltzer though. Very good match.
Would have been 5 in the Tokyo Dome.
Would have been 5 in the Tokyo Dome, but alas,
So I guess I have 2 questions after that. Mm-hmm. One, what happens to Gordon after this? After he's been soundly defeated, will he even be able to wrestle again? And 2, even though Garfield's won, I think the showing that Gordon Ramsay did has given maybe the roster a little hint to how to defeat Garfield, i.e. drop him on his head.
I'm amazed that it took this long for someone to realize, hey, maybe we should drop this guy on his head. But I think the Gordon's sacrifice has given the roster an insight onto how to take down Garfield.
He had to get close enough to that very scary head in order to drop it.
That's true. That's true. I think what's next for Gordon? I mean, if I were him, I'd take a minute, take a few weeks off. I think you definitely need to recover after that hard fought match, and maybe reconsider your place in this company. Like we saw recently, Red Spy, also very late in his career, instead of continuing to fight on his own, took a younger wrestler under his wing in a sort of mentorship role. Maybe Gordon needs to consider doing that as well. I mean, he's been in this business a long time. He has a lot of knowledge to give, and I think he needs to start trying to give that knowledge out.
That's true.
Before he forgets it all by being dropped on his own head.
That's true. And even if he doesn't take another wrestler under his wing, faction mates, friends, always really useful in the business. You always have someone behind who's got your back. And there's another chef, isn't there? Another cook in this promotion.
There is another cook in this promotion. There is the entire former food division. So there's a lot of people for Gordon to befriend. I think you may be referring to a certain Guy Fieri.
Oh shit, he's on this roster too?
Were you not referring to Guy Fieri?
I was referring to the Bob's Burgers guy. I did not know that Guy Fieri was on this roster. This changes everything.
Guy Fieri is on this roster. Guy Fieri did briefly hold the Raw title. He and Gordon have had a few matches in Wrestling is Silly in the past. There's also Bob Belcher part of this division as well. Maybe there's something in there for a chef club.
At the very least, I think Gordon should think about reaching out to his old rivals, old pal Guy Fieri. So that combination of high cuisine and diners and dives. Oh, fuck now.
Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Yeah, that thing.
Those ones.
I think they could definitely cook something magical with that.
I think that there's definitely something brewing in that kitchen that needs to be explored. And Speaking of finding friends, finding teammates, we're back in the tag division for our second tag match of the night. This time, former tag team champs Sonic Generations are stepping in the ring against Carry On My Wayward Jim, or 2 out of 3 of Carry On My Wayward Jim. We've seen Robotnik has started getting under the skin of classic Sonic, and this is the first time they've actually stepped into the ring together. Of course, speaking of Red Spy earlier, Red Spy's protege Miles Morales had a really good match with classic Sonic that was undercut by a horrible interruption at the end from Robotnik, and I think this is basically Sonic going, step off, don't do that again. Of course, we know Robotnik and Sonic have a storied history, a rivalry as old as time, and I think they're trying to reignite that here in Wrestling Is Silly. The mask is a little bit of a curveball in this match, because we've seen a lot of the mask in Wrestling Is Silly. He's hard to predict, as you could imagine from a man like him, and he's not got personal beef in this match. How do you think that'll affect the dynamic of the two teams?
Well, I think the immediate concern is that the mask, being a little silly guy, is going to treat this as a little silly match, and not the blood feud that it really is between the two Sonics and Dr. Robotnik.
That is very true. The mask may not be taking this as seriously as Robotnik thinks he should be. But then again, the other choice in Carry On My Wayward Jim was the Grinch, who I think again would not have brought the right energy that this feud deserves.
And the Grinch, as we know, is a little green.
He is. He is a little green.
Well, I don't think it'll be end of their tales.
Is that how long have you been holding on to that?
Since the tornado tag thing popped up on the program.
I don't think we can one up that. So let's just go down to the ring now, and we can think of more puns during the entrances.
Welcome to Wrestling Is Silly. It's 20% beef jokes, 80% dad jokes.
That's all. The show is just all dad jokes and puns. You're bringing the beef jokes just to even it out a bit.
Yeah. Well, I see they're getting the things. Yeah, it's to hype the crowd. I love it. As we all know, everybody loves the Sonics, even the weird, hyper-realistic one.
It was the people were a little bit apprehensive on the Sonics until they won the tag belts, and then people realized that they're just fun-loving guys. They just want to have a good time, and I mean, I can get on board with that.
They gotta go fast. Nice to see that the crowd has actually embraced them as well. They're very popular with the kids, Sonic Generations.
Oh yeah, they've become a very quick crowd favorite.
Yeah.
After their tag title reign, they fell into the hearts of the crowd.
It's so true. When at the meet and greets after these shows, like their lines just a mile long, full of children. And as you know, their little dance has gone viral on TikTok as well.
Oh yeah, everyone wants to do the Sonic Generations dance on TikTok.
This is going to be a wild card for me. The chemistry between Dr. Robotnik and the Mask. Having not seen them wrestle before.
They've got an interesting dynamic. Obviously, Robotnik is the slightly slower, slightly harder hitting wrestler. The Mask big silly flippy guy. It's an interesting dynamic. It's one we see a little we see a lot of in wrestling in general. But of course they bring their own unique personalities.
Yeah, like ketchup and mustard.
Quite, I mean, a very apt comparison to make.
Oops, some booing from the crowd there. I don't think they're impressed with Mr. Mask or Dr. Robotnik.
The Carry On My Way with Jim have never been a team that the audience have been on the same side as. I mean, and when the opposition is Sonic Generations, I'm very much not surprised to hear boos.
Well, let's see if they can get Carry On My Way with Jim can get a shock victory.
We've seen a lot of shock upsets this episode. It would not be a change of pace for Robotnik to take this. Oh, big slam there on Classic Sonic and a deadlift German from the Mask.
Huge offense right out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Classic Sonic and Robotnik going head to head, like could not get on each other faster. Ooh, going for the Hurricane Rana, but Robotnik
Outfit.
pure force power bombing in retaliation.
We got Powerbomb Jones over here.
Powerbomb Jones.
You see, the original Sonic just couldn't get his center of gravity low enough to flip
No.
the big, you know.
I mean, it's hard when you're against someone as tall as Robotnik. You're a tall man yourself. Getting that center of gravity in the right place, it's quite hard.
Tough, yeah. Generally, you'd expect wrestlers to soften up their opponent a bit before they went for the flashy moves, you know. But well, that's Sonic's for you, isn't it?
Sonic Generations, they're all flash. There ain't no softening up to do. This is in fact the softening. You should see the flashy stuff they do at the end. Robotnik struggling to his feet there. Oh, Sonic whiffs the leg drop. Lands on his feet there.
But he's recovered fine.
Oh, whiffs another leg drop. Does not recover as well that time. The Mask.
He has to be careful or he'll hurt his tailbone.
His tailbone.
His tailbone, yeah, exactly.
Oh, the mask gets the cover. Japanese Andre gets the count. Just a two. Robotnik.
That would have been a great upset.
Oh, Snake Eyes from Robotnik. Crowd favorite there. Oh, Sonic gets the boot up there. That would have been for not only shuttle loop cutter there from Nightmare Sonic.
It's interesting to me how even though Sonic Generations are a tag team, they don't seem to be working together very well. Not in this is two separate matches going on rather than two people fighting in a tag match, you know?
Oh wow!
I take back everything I said.
They were working in tandem. They were working in tandem and just in a way that was like big brain 4D chess.
That's true. I rescind my remarks. That was clearly Sonic parallel play.
Yeah.
Happening.
Modern Sonic just keeping the Mask busy while Classic just swept up Dr. Robotnik. I didn't even see what move got the pin.
I know we were too busy. We were too busy chatting and analyzing this match that we completely missed the point of it.
Yeah, I mean, they gotta go fast. I mean, they're always they always have been a team that likes to clean up a match quickly. Sonic very, very happy with that victory.
I mean, it's a fantastic finish, another notch in his belt. I would love to see him go up against this is a little Kuro thing here, but I would love to see him go up against the high speed champion Azumi in Stardom one day. I think it'll be a great match.
two of the high speed, two of the most high speed wrestlers in the industry going toe to toe. That would I think it would be a very interesting match if only for like 45 seconds.
But what beautiful 45 seconds.
It would be an impeccable 45 seconds.
I think all of human civilization would peak at those 45 seconds.
Oh yeah, it would be the singularity of the coolest shit we've ever seen. We have one more match for you, our main event, but before we get to that, we have one more promo package to show you. This one coming from Goku, he was far nicer handing this one to me. He gave it me on a USB stick. It was labeled. He even put a little label on which way to put the USB stick in. Very handy. This one, I have no doubts that he has no hostages in this one. This is just going to be a straight up promo. So let's see what we mentioned earlier. Goku has beef with the Empire. Maybe, let's see if he let's see if this clears up any of the animosity in the air with the Empire.
Superman! Are you and those Empire guys listening? I know you watch the show, even when you're not on it. So listen up! I've been putting up with your fancy suits act until now because, well, the fights have been really fun. But I gotta say, it's getting really boring having these matches with a bunch of henchmen when we both know it's you I have a score to settle with. And I know I'm not the only one. Prince Adam didn't even bother fighting me. Think he's tired of working under you. You might want to look into that. Anyway, I heard that Mad Dog Majima is having some sort of Coliseum cage match next week. Well, while the cage is there, what do you say we step into it and settle things once and for all? No backup, no escape, no more running. Let's do this, Superman! A real fight.
And once again, putting the cards on the table quite clearly there. A cage match. Superman versus Goku. Next week on Wrestling is Silly. That's going to be an interesting one. We've seen those two cross paths a couple of times before, but every time the Empire have gotten in the way to either like soften Goku up beforehand or straight up interrupt the fight. This time, the cage keeping everybody out. It's going to be very interesting.
Or keeping Goku and Superman in.
Yes, there's not only can the Empire goons not get in, but Superman cannot get out.
They're gonna need an industrial strength cage, I think, between Superman's, super everything and I-beams and Goku's going Super Saiyan. We might get dangerous. We will have to get the audience out the splash zone.
Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be like some clearing. There's going to be some clearance having to be done, but we are really gearing up for a hell of a show next week. I mean, we've got the Majima Coliseum and the Goku Superman cage match in that same cage. That is, again, we're gonna need a big strong cage to keep not only those four men in, but now Superman and Goku, leaving it all in that cage. How do you think?
They're gonna be Dragon Ballin'.
Dragon Ballin'. But before we get to next week, we have to finish up this week. And speaking of the Majima Coliseum, your headline event tonight is a triple threat Majima Coliseum qualifier. Because the final team to put themselves in the running for the Majima Coliseum was the Springfield Sports Center. Now, you may remember before we took a break, they were courting Bob Belcher to maybe join the ranks of the Springfield Sports Center. They saw a lot of glorious violence in him. And they've said to Bob, if you win this triple threat match, you can join the Springfield Sports Center to represent us in the Majima Coliseum. But if you lose, you're out. So this is not only a qualifier for the Coliseum, this is an audition for Bob Belcher. How do you think this is going to shake out? Obviously, Matt and Homer are famously violent fighters. Do you think Bob can hold up to that?
Well, the saying, watch out for mouses backed into a corner.
Mm-hmm.
I think we also need to watch out for a dad that's backed into a corner. You never know what kind of barbecue tricks they'll pull out.
Barbecue tricks, indeed. I mean, Bob's famous for his burger of the day, always changing, so he's very unpredictable in the ring and in the kitchen. So, like you said, you never know what kind of tricks he's going to pull out. Do you have a favorite going into this fight?
I've got to go for the Wii Sports, man. I have a huge nostalgia for Wii Sports, and I'm looking to his eyes right now, and I think those are the eyes of a killer. I walked by him backstage, he didn't even say hi, just punched a wall.
Matt Wii Sports, very famously no nonsense, famously very, very striking offense. I mean, if I had to pick a favorite, Matt might be the one I would go to as well. But there's only one way to find out who's going to win this.
Only one way to find out.
Let's go down to the ring for our main event. Wrestling silly triple threat for the Magima Coliseum qualifier. The Springfield Sports Center and Bob Belcher.
Dad on dad violence.
It's all dad on dad.
Wrestling is dad's.
A triple threat match. Making his way to the ring. Representing the Tough Guys. From New York. Weighing in.
I do enjoy how Matt Wii Sports incorporates his background in boxing into his wrestling. He has some of the most dangerous strike game in all of wrestling is silly.
He likes to incorporate all of the sports that he's trained in. His boxing, his he likes to bring up his golf a lot. I don't know how that factors in, but apparently it helps him fight. I don't question it because
hardcore matches. That's a signature weapon, right? The golf club.
Oh, of course. We haven't seen him in that hardcore atmosphere yet, but I guarantee the golf clubs and the kendo sticks both come out in the hardcore atmosphere.
And don't forget the bowling ball. Whew, danger.
Oh boy.
One of the most dangerous moves in all of wrestling. Oh, who let the cops in?
And here,
ACAB. Oh.
and here is maybe the most well-known man on the roster coming down with his own security detail.
Homer has changed so much. A midlife crisis will really do this to you, huh? He said, "No more donuts. It's the protein powder."
Oh yeah, he's been laying off the donuts. He's been getting into real shape for wrestling is silly.
I can't say I'm happy for the man, and neither do I respect him. But I'm intrigued.
He's
Incredible.
it's a lot of flash. Maybe it's mind games to distract from in-ring ability. Maybe it's to throw them off their game. But whatever it is, it's working.
I know I'm quaking in my boots. I've not seen Homer Simpson crack a smile ever since he joined this promotion.
He is all business, no nonsense.
All business, no nonsense. He also has 4 ears, which is slightly terrifying.
So we can always so you can't sneak up on him. He's unsneak upable.
Wow. That Springfield nuclear power plant really introducing some.
It fucks a guy up.
They really do.
From Jersey City,
Here we go. Perhaps the dark horse of this match, Bob Belcher.
15 pounds.
With his magnificent mustache, I have to say.
An absolutely magnificent mustache. And again, quite a change of demeanor. He's also been getting into shape, it seems. We've not seen a lot from Bob, but there's a lot of suplex-based offense.
Oh.
So there's been a lot of throwing, a lot of lifting, and so we've got to get into shape for that.
He still have a little belly, which I appreciate. He's got that old strongman kind of bod.
Oh yeah,
All that burger.
got all them burgers. He's got to have a little belly. And yeah, that mustache so good, it seduced his wife single-handedly. Matt Wii Sports and Home are locking up instantly here. Now we know that this team was forged in combat, but giving Bob a moment to center himself before.
I think Matt Wii Sports is just trying to hype Homer up, you know?
Yeah. I mean, this is how they communicate mostly in violence. They're an interesting duo, and maybe the players they're hyping each other up. Maybe they are fighting to figure out which one of them should take on Bob to give him a proper test. Oh, big spinning DDT there. Oh, and an open hand slap.
Disrespectful slap from Bob Belcher. Little daddy sass going.
Little daddy sass. And just, chop to the brain chop there on a kneeling Homer. Just Bob kind of dominating right now.
Yeah, he's in fantastic condition. I saw him personally flip about 1,000 burgers in preparation for this match, which he then gave to charity and various homeless charities. You know,
Oh yeah,
he's a good man.
He's a very kind man, very caring. Can do a lot for the community. Does Bob Belcher? He's more than just a fighter.
It's true, but as we know, kindness never serves you in the ring.
That
You
is
need that
very
killer
true. Ooh, big German
Ooh,
suplex
big
there from Matt
suplex.
Sports. And
You
I
can
just,
definitely see his actual combat training happening. Matt Wii Sports, not just a boxer, also willing to get dirty.
oh yeah, he's trained in but he's not just a striker. He's, as you can see, a lot of work for the knees there, and Bob just sort of sitting back and letting it happen. That's what happens when you get into the fray. You eat a German suplex of your own.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Eden, but it's almost as if Homer Simpson and Matt Wheat Sports are enjoying fighting each other rather than Bob Belcher.
These two, like I said, this team was forged in combat. They enjoy nothing more than fighting, and it's rare to find someone that enjoys fighting as much as they do. So naturally, they fight each other whenever they get the chance. It's almost like Bob is an afterthought in this match.
Like a little funny accessory that they use, during the showcase.
Yeah.
Great
Oh,
stuff.
sheer drop brainbuster there onto Matt, rolling out of the ring, needing a moment to recuperate after that. But Homer just forearms to the back.
Never count out a Belcher.
Never. Belcher's a scrappy. They're eternal underdogs. Oh, goes for the leg drop, but Homer scouted it.
Not his lower back. He's a dad. They have such fragile lower backs.
They do. Oh, faking out the neck breaker there to, again, capture the back. And another spinning DDT there from Bob Belcher.
It's almost as if Matt Wii Sports and Homer Simpson are taking turns to fight Bob Belcher. They're really putting him through the paces here.
Yeah, really running him through the gauntlet. If he's gonna represent the sports center, they need to know that he can handle that honor.
That's true. That's true. The question is whether Bob can. Some little rope walking from Homer Simpson.
Oh,
I know he could do that.
he's a lot of talents. Very talented man is Homer Simpson. He's changed a lot since the days of being Springfield's fattest man.
All that training of Ned Flanders has really done him well.
Yeah, they single unhook DDT there. Once again, whenever one rolls out of the ring, Bob seems to take control of the match.
I think he's showing us and them that he is pretty handy at a single combat.
He is definitely handy at singles combat, but in the Majima Coliseum, it's a 4-way dance, and then there's a tag match. So
That's true.
is being good at singles really what you want to be showing off right now?
That's true, and he's also, I don't know if you noticed, he didn't kick. He did a little boot shove to Matt Wii Sports' face. I think our man Belcher might be getting a little cocky here.
I think so. Yeah. Oh, big pop-up slam there from Homer. Homer going for the discus lariat on Matt, who ducks and goes into his own spinning enziguri. And then a single strike taking Homer down, and he was bust open. Could this be it?
It's going to take more than that to take the big man from Springfield down.
Yeah.
And you can hear the crowd as well. They're going absolutely crazy for this violence.
Yeah, crowd are very much loving this so far. Oh, double underhooks. Oh, is that
Good him. Oh.
Very quick pin. I don't think Homer realized that Bob was back to his feet, but Bob is not being able to capitalize on the momentum. Eating a guillotine.
That's the problem about having 4 ears. You might be able to hear if anyone is coming up behind you. But you can't see what's going on behind your head.
No, 4 ears but only 2 eyes. Big lariat taking Homer off his feet.
Turned him inside out. Oh, but Homer Simpson fighting back.
Yeah,
he doesn't look winded at all, I have to say.
Homer. Ooh, big Falcon Arrow, deep hooks. Could this be it? Matt nowhere to be seen.
Nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow.
Oh, that's twice in a row now the Falcon Arrow has been kicked out of.
I think we might need to retire that.
Ooh.
Oh,
And a big
Big
discus
lariat.
lariat completely flattening Bob. Bob bouncing back though. Ooh, thrown over the top rope. Geeks may very welcome in. You're just in time for the main event.
we got a meeting of the minds here in the ring. Big elbow strikes and forearm strikes.
Ooh. So double underhook slam there. And now Homer up to the top rope. Big diving headbutt gets the cover. Bob though back to his feet to break it up. Ooh, Bossman slam though, very quickly making Bob regret his decision to re-enter the ring.
Oh my god. Look at that. The raw strength of Homer Simpson just deadlifting his partner up from nothing.
And slamming him back down. That is a long way down for Matt Wii Sports.
It is.
Oh,
And
no.
really targeting that right arm there.
He's got it. He knows that's Matt's striking arm. So you got to dismantle.
Yes, he is.
And another
He's also
big
showing off.
military
showing off all the
press.
shoulder presses he's been doing at the gym. Now going for it's still the right arm. I said left arm.
Oh, he was gearing up for something, but Matt had his number, and managed to get him out of it for some quick ground and pound. Bob's Burgers Bob did not die. He's back in action now. Quick lariat taking Matt Wii Sports down. Stuck in the middle of the
Now
sports center though.
I was gonna say like momentarily tag team cooperation action there from
From the sports center.
the sports center.
But Matt Wii Sports coming out on top. Bob slowly
Matt Wii
getting to his
Sports has been,
feet.
Matt Wii Sports has been it's not just boxing he's been doing, like he's been working on his Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It's in development.
Oh yeah, that was actually a cancelled 7th sport for Wii Sports was going to be a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So Matt trained in that sport for 7 years just for that cancelled minigame. Oh,
And even
Bob Belcher going for the sharpshooter now, but too close to the ropes, unfortunately.
surprisingly poor ring awareness from Bob Belcher. But what is that?
I don't know what that is, but
Some
that
kind of
it was
Italian judge.
it was interesting, whatever it was. And now going for the pin, but releasing the cover once he saw Matt. But I don't know what got in Bob Belcher's head there. He I think he froze. But neckbreaker on Matt Wii Sports.
I think Bob Belcher should actually think about instead of trying to outstrike the best boxer in this promotion, he should actually be using some of that wrestling IQ.
Yeah, I
that
mean,
he demonstrated there.
Bob was trained by some of the best grapplers, some of the best suplexes, some of the best grapplers in the industry. He should be using some of that instead of trying to outstrike him. You're definitely right there. Another Falcon Arrow. Deep hooks. Bob Belcher nowhere to be seen. Once again, the Falcon Arrow was not enough.
Falcon Arrow.
Now Homer wrenching at the legs now while Bob makes it back to his feet. Oh, this is bad news. Oh, driven into the mat there.
I think that might be it. That might be good night for Mr. Belcher.
Homer opting to kick his fucking head in instead of going for the cover though.
Homer, I think, senses blood. He
Yeah.
doesn't want to win the match. He wants to destroy Bob Belcher for daring to come close to this tag team.
Homer really not in the mood to bring another man into the fold of the sports center.
Well,
Matt calling him over though. Maybe Matt knows that this needs to be over.
yeah, I think Matt may have actually. Ooh, I was gonna say Matt. Maybe too much violence for Matt Wii Sports, and he's paying the price now for turning against his tag partner.
He is
Trying to
indeed.
call off the bloodlust.
Oh, standing moonsault. Not something we see from Homer very often. He's pulling
No.
all the stops out for this one. He's really showcasing his abilities today.
He's really showboating as well. I think this is the 5th one of that he's done.
Yeah, but then just taken down by a stray clothesline from Bob Belcher. Now I think all those big presses, all those shows of strength is going to the head of Homer. He's out to recover, but the sharpshooter's locked in. The burger of the day, and Matt is tapped. Bob
What did I
Belcher
tell you?
sneaking a victory out.
What did I tell you? He used his wrestling IQ. He couldn't outlift Homer Simpson. He couldn't outstrike Matt Wii Sports, so he just waited for his opportunity.
Very, very intelligent game plan there from Bob Belcher. I think you nailed it there. I think he waited for his moment to strike and went for it. He used the one thing that the Sports Center didn't have: wrestling acumen.
It's true. He's a tactician. That Mr. Belcher.
And
You need an incredible sense of timing to get every single burger done exactly right.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
I mean those burgers are famous for never being overdone, never being underdone. And who boy, nobody in chat predicted that Bob Belcher would win. So Bob Belcher not only goes on to represent the Springfield Sports Center in the Maggior Coliseum, but he is now officially a member of the Springfield Sports Center.
Going to be really interesting to see what happens going forward. You know, like when a duo when a two gets a third, when a duo gets a third, that really does change the dynamics.
I mean, yeah, let's hope that it is less of a Poochie the dog and more of a, can't think of a third example. Let's hope it's less of a Poochie the dog and more of a Claudio Castagnoli, you know. Let's hope it's a good third member, not a bad one.
Yeah, but I think Bob Belcher's grapple fucking acumen, having learnt his trade, you know, in the catch as catch style, trained by William Regal and all that. I think he's a good. It'll be complementary to the big striking and power bombing game you see with the Sports Center now.
Yeah, I think you're very on the money there. He's got that combination catch as catch can, and then that sort of the explosive grappling stuff that was missing from the Sports Center. I think they may have found the missing piece. They could be unstoppable now.
They could be unstoppable, yeah, if Homer Simpson manages to keep his temper in check.
That's true. And if Bob now wins the Maggior Coliseum, they go up against the Fight Boyfriends in a tag team match. Who is Bob going to pick as his partner for that match?
It's true. Because there's no freebirding the titles, right? In Wrestling is Silly.
Well, we haven't had a Freebird team yet. I'm not opposed to freebirding a title, but who is he going to choose in the ring for the title match? Because that's the important partner.
That is such an interesting question, and we know that decisions like that are always flashpoints in factions as well. Because as we know, a belt isn't just a shiny decoration. A belt means more money. A belt means more appearances. A belt means sponsorship deals. It could really change somebody's career for the better.
It really, really can, and it's all like, and not only the careers of the people in the match, but also the interpersonal work at play here. Like, if Homer is left out of the title match, is that gonna put a wedge between him and Matt, and vice versa? Yeah. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out in the future of Wrestling is Silly. But for now, this episode of Wrestling is Silly has come to a close. Tangela, thank you for joining me on this episode. Where can people find you if they want to hear more of your deep wrestling knowledge?
My God.
If anywhere, if nowhere, then this is.
Yeah, I am not on social media.
A wise choice.
But you can DM me on Discord.
I believe you are in the front server, so you are easy to find.
Yes.
Not being on social media, like I said, a very, very wise choice. So
I guess I'll just plug watch DDT, Dramatic Dream Team Pro Wrestling, and DJPW. It's good shit.
DDT Pro, their New York show, they had a sex doll that put on a really
Yes.
good match. That was a surprisingly good match.
Yoshihiko is an industry veteran. They've been wrestling for I think a good 20 years now. And there are some of the best ring work I've ever seen in the ring.
The
agility, the endurance, the sick flips. Incredible.
If you like the kind of wrestling we do here at Wrestling is Silly, you will love DDT Pro Wrestling. But that brings us to a close. We are going to, as we always do, end by raiding a channel, and a friend of both of ours, the Formless Mist, is currently streaming The Return of the Obra Dinn, so we're going to raid into him right about now. So if you thank you all for coming to see the return of Wrestling is Silly. We will be back next week with another special guest commentator. But don't worry, this isn't the last you've heard of Tangela. You will be back. You are in rotation for guest hosting. Whenever you are welcome whenever you want to come back.
This has been so much fun, Eden. Thank you so much.
It's a very unique kind of stream. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I knew you'd be a good fit for it. It's been very different doing this without Matt. But you've done a lot to fill in his shoes. And Matt is still here. He is the new head of creative. So you are still seeing his decisions backstage. Don't worry.
Yes. I do get the clipboard memo.
He's the one making all the big important decisions. So if you don't like it, if you don't like how a match fell out, talk to him about it. And on that note,
don't at me. I'm not anywhere.
And on that note, we're going to be raiding out to the Formless Mist right now. For whatever reason, my raid messages still aren't working, so just shout the words Queer Pirate Raid as you enter the chat. And until next time, book an ear, book a file, wherever the book you are, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll catch you in the next stream, and love you, bye.